like. So let's do a set of these, Dom. Trick to this is to keep your elbows forward under the weight to get a full range of motion, drive it all the way up, and to put a little bit of speed on it as you warm up. So as your body gets used to it, you go a little bit faster with each rep. That's pretty lightweight, but as you do your 3 or 4 sets, you increase the weight and decrease the reps with each set. So you might, for example, do 4 sets starting at 15, 12, 10 and 8. Our second exercise in our shoulder workout is dumbbell side raises. Start with your hands touching each other like that in front of your body. Come up to the top and pause slightly. That's perfect. Now what you'll see is at the top of the movement, the elbows, the wrist and the shoulder are all at the one height. Where people go wrong is they take their hands up in the air, they lose track of where their elbows are and they don't feel it in the side of their shoulders. This is for this part of your shoulder here, this cap on the side of your shoulder, which is what makes your shoulders wider. The press that we did before works the front part of your shoulder. This is working the side part of your shoulder. There's 3 heads to the shoulder. We're going to show you how to work each one. Absolutely perfect. Have a rest. Our third shoulder exercise is another isolation one. We've worked the front part of the delt with the presses. We've worked the side part of the delt with the side raises. Now we want to work the rear part of the delt. If you don't have rear delts, you're going to end up with chest and shoulder problems from doing bench press. So this is a very protective exercise, but also gives you very even shoulder development. Let's try it out, Dom. Now, you can do these on machines or with dumbbells. We're doing them with dumbbells today to show you that you can do these in any gym or even at home. You start with the dumbbells together and you come up. Once again, your elbows, shoulder and wrist are all in one line. You'll find that nature tries to point your elbow back that way, and the way to avoid that is at the bottom of each movement, just come down again, Dom, just reset yourself so your elbow goes forward and go. If you're teaching someone how to do this, the best hint is just to reset at the bottom. When I do these with my clients, I say reset. They get to the bottom and say reset, and it gets their elbows forward and develops a good pathway, which then's very hard to get out of. Absolutely perfect, and you'll see that getting into the rear part of the shoulder. So that's a complete shoulder workout. We've done 3 exercises, front, side and rear. In doing that, you've warmed up the traps and the upper back area, so the natural progression now is to go into back. When you do your back workout with all your pull downs and rows, that sort of thing, that involves your biceps. So that's why we do biceps, shoulders and back together, because they all feed into each other. We're going to do 2 basic back exercises. This is probably one that every gym in the world's got, a lat pull down. The important part to remember is first of all to arch your back and stick your chest out when you pull it down. Pull it high on your chest and pull it hard from the top of the movement. They're the things. Now you see Dominic's got a big arch in his back here. His chest is sticking out as he pulls it back and he's rotating his shoulders back. You'll see his shoulder travels further than the rest of his body, therefore he's rolling his shoulders back. You've almost got to try and bring your elbows around and squeeze them together to get an effect from this. That's a perfect set, Dominic. So we've done our pull downs, now we're going to go to our rows. Rows work completely different than pull downs. They tend to work the inner part of your back, build all that muscle all the way up your spine, and very good for your width. Let's go, Dom. Now, the important thing to remember like this is to get a good stretch when you put the weight forward. So, Dom, I'll get you to stretch. Do this one in slow motion. Stretch all the way forward. So he's lying right down there, and you pull from here. You don't get it halfway and pull. You pull all the way from the start, chest out, shoulders back, and chin up. Now, Dominic's going to put all the emphasis into this, and that's perfect. If you're not feeling this, get your training partner to put their fist there in the middle of your back and roll your shoulders around that fist. You've got to arch your back, and the best way to know that you're doing that is to simply stick your chest out. Pull the weight low on your waist and stick your chest out every time. That's perfect, Dominic. You'll see the way he's giving his muscle a squeeze at the end of the movement. He's not just smacking it into his chest and letting it go. The way to put that mind into muscle is to force your muscle to flex, to feel every single fibre in the movement you're doing. And we keep saying it on Muscle TV, but you have to squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Now we move on to biceps. One of my favourites, a preacher curl machine. Dominic, a lot of people make the mistake. If you just show me, they sit up like this with too much gap up in here and they pivot off their elbows. That's not what a preacher curl's about. It's about slumping over the bench so you've got no gap in here whatsoever. You're nice and tight, and that'll ensure that your biceps are doing your work and not your shoulders. Let's go with 10 reps, Dominic. This is a great isolation movement. Great to follow your basic barbell curl, but what this does is forces you to isolate your muscle, gives you a chance to flex at the top. You see he's doing that automatically. I didn't have to tell him because he's a great experienced trainer. He comes up 1 and 2 at the top. If you're not feeling your biceps, your triceps, or any other body part for that matter, try squeezing at that point of contraction, holding the weight for 2 or 3 seconds and getting your mind into it. It makes all the difference. Fantastic set, Dominic. So that's it for the first part of our split routine, which is shoulders, back and bicep. They all flow together because your shoulders warms up your back warms up your biceps. It all flows nicely. The second part of our workout, which we'll do on day 2, is leg, chest and tricep. We'll show you why they work together synergistically to give you the best effect in your workout.